I'm going to start with the text message. 3 a.m. One word, no punctuation, no context. Come. The number wasn't saved in my phone, but I recognized it the way you recognize a scar. Not by looking, but by feel. It was my brother's number, Marcus, who had gone into the Grayvale Range on a search and rescue operation 22 days ago. Marcus, who hadn't come back. I put the phone face down on the nightstand. I didn't sleep after that. I'm a journalist. Missing persons, unexplained disappearances, the stuff that gets shared at 2 a.m. by people who can't sleep. That was my beat. I've been covering the Grayvale story professionally, right up until Marcus joined the second recovery team. After that, I couldn't write about it at all. Here's what the world knew. A charter plane went down in the northern range 6 weeks earlier. 8 passengers, no distress call, no wreckage. The first recovery team, 12 men, went in and didn't come out. So a second team went in to find the first. Marcus was on the second team. Now a third operation was assembling at the base of the mountain. I drove 4 hours to reach them. The team lead was a guy named Garrett, former military. He communicated mostly through silences. When I showed up, he looked at me and said, "You're the brother." "I'm a journalist," I said. "I know what you are. You can come. You stay with the group. You don't make decisions." He turned his map toward me, a ridge in the northeast quadrant, marked in red pencil. "Both previous teams were tracked to this point," he said. "Clean trail all the way to the ridge base." He paused, and then nothing. No prints going up, no prints going down. No signs of a fall or a flood. 9 men walked to the base of that ridge. The mountain doesn't show us what happened next. We moved at first light. I was paired with a local guide named Cole, a quiet guy in his 50s who knew this terrain by memory and instinct. For the first 2 hours, he talked freely, named plants, pointed out where the soil softened. Then we crossed a particular tree line, and he went quiet. The forest had changed, not in any way I could name. Same trees, same gray light, but the air felt thicker, closer, like the space between things had narrowed. I became aware, slowly, that I felt watched. I turned around. Nothing, just trees dissolving into shadow. "You hear anything?" Cole asked. I listened. Wind, distant water, our own footsteps. "No," I said. He nodded slowly, like that was the wrong answer. The ridge appeared around midday, a wall of dark, wet rock rising sharply out of the forest floor. At the top, barely visible through the mist, a narrow shelf jutting out over the valley below. Garrett split us into 2 groups. I went up the eastern face with him. Halfway up, I stopped to catch my breath and looked out over the forest. That's when I saw the figure. On the shelf above us, standing at the very edge, completely still. Its back was to us, shoulders dropped in a way that looked like exhaustion, or like a body that had stopped caring about standing upright. Then it raised one arm, slowly, deliberate, a gesture that from that distance looked exactly like a wave. We reached the shelf 12 minutes later. Nobody was there. No footprints in the mud, no disturbed grass, no sign that anyone had been standing at that edge at all. And then I found what had been left behind. A jacket, dark green, waterproof, with a name written on the inside collar. Marcus. I had been with him when he bought it. I had watched him write that name himself because Marcus had a habit of leaving things behind in exactly the situations where it mattered most. Beside the jacket, a field notebook, every page blank. Every page except the first one. 4 words in Marcus's handwriting. "Don't come back here." I sat down on the wet rock. My brain was trying to explain it. The jacket could have been carried up here. The message could have been written before whatever happened. All of that was possible. What was not possible was the text at 3 a.m. What was not possible was how clearly that figure had seemed to look at me, even from behind,
before it raised its arm. My phone buzzed. No signal. Hadn't had signal for 3 hours, but the message was there, time-stamped 2 minutes ago. From Marcus's number. "We can hear you breathing." 10 seconds later. "We're okay. Stay." Garrett found me still sitting there. He told me weather was coming. We needed to move. I showed him the messages without saying anything. He read them. His expression didn't change, but something behind his eyes did. Like a door being locked from the inside. "Come on, now." On the way down, Cole fell into step beside me. The family of one of the men from the first team got a message from his phone too, 8 days after he vanished. He paused. It said, "The mountain is speaking, and I finally understand it." We found his phone at the ridge base. Battery dead, nothing in the sent folder. I left the next morning. Never wrote the story. 6 weeks later, the document lab results came back on the notebook. The ink matched the pen from Marcus's kit bag. The handwriting matched his samples on file. The paper had been exposed to moisture consistent with his disappearance. Marcus had written that message on that mountain, after he had vanished almost certainly. The last message came 4 months later. Tuesday morning, I was at my desk, coffee going cold. 3 words. "We're still here." I read it 5 times. Then I thought about the silence on that shelf, the figure at the edge, the arm raised in something that wasn't quite a greeting and wasn't quite a warning, and I typed back 2 words. "I know." The message delivered instantly, for the first time in 4 months. No reply.